Hey there, this is Amelia here. Welcome to Amelia's crossdressing story. Today we are going to share a story called Crossdressed in Pink Part 1. By Teddy. For more interesting and exclusive stories, please subscribe to my channel and support me at Patreon. Sally had asked me to meet her at work at 4:30. I had been sitting at home in the flat all day watching TV, so I was glad to get some air. I walked the short distance to the beauty salon where she worked as a beautician with her Aunt Jane and her cousin Jackie. I was met by Jane. She said that the girls had popped out for a moment after the last customer was finished and that they would be back soon. She asked if I wanted to wait in the staff room. I sat down in a comfy armchair. Jane closed the door behind her and left me alone to wait. I picked up a magazine from the table and started to browse through the pages of hair fashions. I must have drifted off into a daydream. The door opened again and I quickly looked up from the magazine. Jane was standing in the doorway, carrying a plastic bag. I did not pay too much attention as I put the magazine back on the table and stood up ready to go. I thought that Sally must be back. "Sorry, Michael, but Sally isn't quite ready for you," explained Jane. "I hear that you've been a naughty boy. Sally has asked me to tell you to take off all your clothes and put on these things I have here. I think that she wants to test you, to see how much you love her." I did not understand. "Sorry, what do you mean? Where is Sally?" "Too many questions, Michael. You are not here this afternoon to ask questions. You are here to do as you are told. Do you understand?" "What?" I queried. "Sally needs to teach you a lesson. You will do whatever I ask. Do I make myself clear? Why? What have I done wrong? Where is she? I want to talk to her. From this point on you will only speak when you are commanded to do so. Do you understand?" commanded Jane in an increasingly menacing tone. "No. I want to see Sally to see what the hell is going on. You will see Sally in a minute. In the meantime, you will do as you are told." Only then did it dawn on me that Jane had changed her clothes. She was not in the usual salon uniform, but was dressed now in a special pink plastic overall style dress. Her blonde hair was scraped back into a long ponytail. "What is going on?" I asked. "You will soon find out. Now for the final time, take off all your clothes and I will help you into these things that we have chosen for you." "What are you going to do to me?" I asked rather pathetically. "As I have said, you will soon find out. Please, will you do as I ask now?" I tried to think what was going on. Was this really happening to me? Jane was still standing in the doorway, blocking any possibility of escape. What could I do? Perhaps it was all some sort of innocent fun. What was she carrying in the bag? There only seemed to be one way to find out, and that was to do as she asked. "Okay. I will do as you ask, but I want to see Sally as soon as she gets back." "Fine," said Jane. "But first you must take off all your clothes and put them in the washing basket behind you. Then I will help you into these things. Once you are dressed, I will take you out to see Sally. She should be ready by now." "Ready for what?" I asked again. "No more questions from now on, Michael." Agreed? Reluctantly, I started to undress. "Do you have to watch?" "Yes, I am afraid I do." I thought I said no more questions. By now her tone had become more forceful, even aggressive. I continued to undress, but hesitated when I came to my underpants. "Everything off, please, and into the basket." "Quickly, please," ordered Jane. At least she said please, I thought. I stood naked in front of her. I tried to cover my genitals with my hands, fanned out like a footballer in a wall. "Don't be silly. Take your hands away. I've seen it all before. And by the looks of things, I've seen much bigger tackle," she mocked. I was extremely embarrassed. I was naked and vulnerable in front of my girlfriend's aunt. I had only met her a couple of times and then only to exchange pleasantries when meeting Sally from work. How had I found myself in this position? Can I see Sally now, please? I pleaded. Jane was not in the mood to listen to me. Michael, I am becoming a little annoyed with your constant questions. I thought I told you to be quiet. Do I make myself clear? What is going on? She was almost now at the point of shouting at me. For the last time, you will soon find out. But for now, you will hold your tongue. You will only speak when you are requested to do so. Sorry? You will only speak when you are requested to do so. I will not tell you again. Do you understand? Understand what? The position that you are in, young man, standing here before me. I am in charge now. Not you. You will do as I tell you. Do you understand? I did not know what to say. Do you understand? She repeated. What the hell is going on? I thought to myself. I dare not speak out my thoughts for fear of what might happen next. I am in charge now, Michael. You will do as I command. You will obey? Do you understand? I remained silent. When I ask you a direct question, you will reply. Do you understand? She then carried on. You will say yes, madam, or no, madam. I will not tolerate any disobedience. Shall we try again? Do you understand me? Yes, madam, I replied limply. I am glad we understand one another. You will now do as I ask. Won't you, Michael? Yes, madam. Good. As I hand you these garments, you will put them on. Once you are dressed, I will see if Sally is ready to see you. First, she handed me a pair of pink plastic pants. As I slowly put them on, I found them soft and smooth against my skin. Then Jane helped me step into a pink sleeveless plastic dress and zipped up the rear. She then gave me a pair of pink plastic open-toed sandals to put on my feet. This was my new outfit. I had certainly never worn anything like this before. The dress was quite short, coming down to a few inches above the knee. Once I was dressed, Jane looked me up and down and proclaimed, "Good. That looks better. You can now be taken out to see Sally. I expect that Jackie would like to see you too. Would you like that?" I blushed. Must I face Sally and Jackie looking like this? I could not see what I really looked like as there was no mirror to hand. I guessed I looked a stupid fool. How had I ever got myself into this position? What would Sally say when she saw me? Come on, sissy, follow me, ordered Jane. Sissy? I snapped. What did you call me? Sissy, replied Jane straight-faced. Looking at you now, my dear, you look like a classic plastic sissy. Just the way I like them. Sally has found me a good one again. Would you like to follow me into the salon, please? Her words, and the dismissive manner in which they were delivered, had broken me. She had me exactly where she wanted me. What could I do? Dressed up as I was, what resistance could I muster? I felt truly humiliated. All three of them must be in on the joke. I still thought that this must be some horrible sort of joke, with me as the unfortunate victim. Perhaps it would all soon be over if I just played along and let them have their little bit of fun. I was so confused by now I didn't really know what to do. I followed as instructed. The salon was not very large, with the reception area and waiting area to one side and another larger room with 3 haircutting stations, 3 wash basins and 3 dryers. The salon itself seemed to have been decorated recently. It was clean and fresh, a mixture of pink walls, silver-gray furniture with pink seating and white woodwork. As I was led into the salon, Jane introduced me. Michael, I think that you know Sally and Jackie. They were dressed in similar fashion to Jane in white plastic overall-style dresses. They too had slicked their hair back tightly into flowing ponytails. Their make was expertly applied and quite severe. I could hold myself no longer. Sally, what is going on? I asked. Michael, I will not tell you again, answered Jane sternly. You must only speak when I request that you do so. I do not want to have to tell you again as things might get a little unpleasant. Do you understand? Sally stood impassive. She made no attempt to answer me. I was trapped. There was little choice but to meekly respond, like an automaton, "Yes, madam." I thought to myself, please just get on with your little joke and let me out of here. Right, Michael, shall we get started? We'll get you shampooed for your cut. Jane's tone had changed, now as if I was just another of her customers. Please take a seat at one of the basins and make yourself comfortable. We like to make all our customers feel they get the best service and privacy at my salon, especially when they are new customers. Jackie then returned with a long, pink and white striped plastic gown with long sleeves and elasticated wrists. If you'd like to put your arms out, Michael, Jackie will get you gowned up, Jane said as she stood and shook the cape vigorously in order to remove any excess hair from previous clients. I lifted my arms and Jackie slid them into the gown. Jackie then pulled the cape up around my neck and secured it tightly with the collar buttons at the rear. Okay then, my dear, before I shampoo you, shall we quickly discuss how you would like your hairstyling? As I sat down, Jane pushed my head forward slightly and ran her fingers, tips first, slowly up the back of my head from the nape to the crown to get a feel of the existing length. You have a lovely head of hair, said Jane, it's so thick and full of life. It's not often that we have young male customers in here, is it, Jackie? No, Mum, not often at all, replied Jackie. Now what can we do for you? Asked Jane. I did not know what to say. I had been ordered only to speak when spoken to, but now I did not know what to say. What sort of haircut were they plotting for me? Sally spoke up. I think you should give him one of your sissy specials, Auntie Jane. Make him look a real plastic sissy. I love a real plastic sissy. Oh my God! What on earth did she mean? You leave it to me, Michael. I think Sally is right. Auntie Jane will do her stuff. You just sit back and enjoy the experience. Okay? I nodded rather apprehensively, placing myself in Jane's skilled hands, not knowing quite what she had in mind. Sorry, Michael. I didn't hear you. Okay? Yes, madam, I replied obediently. That's all for now. See you in the next video. For more interesting stories, please subscribe to our channel, and for exclusive content, please join us on Patreon. Link in the comment.